Okay, today we're going to learn how to evaluate expressions using given values. And we're just going to jump right into it. Example 1. Okay, so h minus k over 2 is to the third power is equal to, actually I want to, keep it to the third, that's fine, is equal to some number where h equals 2 and k equals 3. Okay, and I'm going to highlight I'm going to use h equals 2 in red, and in blue I'm going to use k equals 3. So for k, I'm going to substitute uh, blue. For h, I'm going to substitute red. So first one's h, 2, okay, minus some number over 2 to the third power, and inside it's going to be blue, which is going to be 3. Okay, so to evaluate this, you're going to get 2 minus 3 to the third is 27 over 2. Okay, and 4 over 2 minus 27 over 2, right? I changed the fraction here. You're going to get, okay, 4 divided by 2 minus 27 divided by 2. You get 4 minus 27, or 27 minus 4, and you just take the negative. It'll be negative, right, because 27 is bigger than 4. So it's 27 minus 4 is 23 over 2, okay, which if you want to put it in decimal form, okay, 23 divided by 2, so you cut 23, so it's going to be 11.5. Okay, so your answer is negative 23 over 2, or 11.5. Okay, here's another example I'm going to like. Okay, and I'm going to get here, look at the whole problem. Go ahead. Okay, now I'm going to move on to the next example. Example 2. Okay, different variables. Okay, m minus n over 6 equals something. Okay, and again, I'm going to use red for 6, and red for, and for n, I'm going to use blue. N equals 10. Okay. All right. So when you do this problem, we just gotta replace the letters. So m is going to be 6. Okay, minus 10 minus 10, right? Because both ends, divided by 6, which equals some number. Okay, and here we go. Okay, this you could do many ways, but I like to do, where my variables are first, or my letters, or whatever. 10 minus 10 is going to give me 0, obviously. Or I could have done that before the problem even started. I could have n minus n, I already know it's 0. So 6 minus 0 over 6 equals some number, and 0 divided by 6. 0 divided by any number is always 0. So 6 minus 0 is equal to 6. So in this problem, you should always understand, in this problem, whatever m is going to be your answer. So if I really, really wanted to rewrite this in a higher learning, n minus n. So m minus n over 6 is going to equal, this is just a side note, you don't really have to do this. just something to talk about. M minus n is going to be m minus 0 over 6, which is equal to 0. Which is equal to some unknown. Okay, and m minus 0 over 6 is just 0, m minus 0. So this problem would give you an answer of m. Always. Always. Okay, and last but not least, let me move on to one more problem. Okay, another example. Example 3. Okay, and x plus 5 over 2 is equal to some number. Okay, actually I want to add something. So z plus x plus 5 equals 2 over 2. So this way we have two variables. Okay, so again, let's make z equal to 5 and x equals 5. Okay, let's make both of them equal to 5. Okay, and I want you guys to see that. Okay, in reality, if both of these values are the same, yeah, you just plug it in. Again, that's the easier way. Let's plug it in. Let's do this, then I'll explain. Okay, z equals 5. Okay, plus 5 plus 5 over 2 equals, so 5 plus 5 over 2, literally you're going to get 5 plus 5 equals, right? Because you're going to get 5 plus 10 over 2, 10 over 2, 10 divided by a half is 5, which equals, right? 5 plus 5 equals 10. So your answer is 10. Okay, but since the values of z and x, okay, this is just a little side note, the way sometimes you should think of problems. Okay, a little side note. Z equals 5 and x equals 5. That literally means that z is equal to 5 and 5 is equal to x, which in reality means that z, okay, is equal to x. So if I really wanted to rewrite this problem and solve it without, let's say, if I never had, well, obviously, if I had never values, I wouldn't know that z equals 5. But if I really wanted to rewrite this to make it more impressive, I could write it as x plus 5 over 2. Okay? And how do you get this over 2? I could rewrite it as 2x over 2 plus x plus 5 over 2. Okay, which is in reality is 2x plus x plus 5 over 2, which equals 3x plus 5 over 2. Okay, and whatever my value is should work. So in our case, it's 5. So 5 times 3 plus 5 over 2, which I would get, okay, 15 plus 5 over 2, which is 20 over 2, which is 10. Okay, same way, known that values, but most of the time you're not going to get the same values. So like here, you're going to get z equals some other value and x equals some other value. So for example, let's say z equals 3 and x equals 2. Okay, you cannot do what I did in the second part of it. Okay, just for the future. But that's the end of the video. I hope you like it.